Grandpa Ebu. Many of the Conservative Party supporters claim that the Liberals prorogued Parliament just as often as the Conservatives did. Is it true, Grandpa Ebu? Did the Liberals prorogue Parliament just as many times, or more times, than the Conservatives?
Well, grandson, this is an issue that has been deliberately confused by the Conservatives to justify their inappropriate use of the prorogation procedure. I can explain it to you, if you wish.
Yes, please do, Grandpa Ebu.
Okay, then. But I should mention to those of you watching at home, if you don't intend to someday be a member of Parliament, or if you don't have a geek-like interest in parliamentary procedure, hit the pause button now. Yes, that button down there to the left. Okay? Still with us? Good. Now, as you may know, a Parliament is divided into sessions. The term Parliament is used to refer to the institution as well as to a period of activity for the House of Parliament. Are you following so far, Nibu?
Yes, Grandpa Ebu. A parliament is like a hockey game. The sessions are like a period in the hockey game. Right.
Yes, I suppose that's a good analogy. But a hockey game has 3 20-minute periods. A parliament can last for any number of sessions, and each session can last any length of time. It's not set in stone how long a session should last.
Okay, Grandpa Ebu. I think I understand. A hockey period ends after 20 minutes, when the timekeeper signals the end of the period. But how does a parliamentary session end?
Well, there are only 2 ways for a parliamentary session to end. The first way is for the Prime Minister to prorogue Parliament. This is usually done when all of the objectives originally set out in the speech from the throne have been substantially completed. Remember, it is the governing party who writes the speech from the throne, so they decide what they want to do during the session and decide when they finished. Okay so far?
Okay, Grandpa Ebu. The session is like a period in a hockey game, but the MPs can play for as long as they want. And it's the captain of one of the teams that decides when the period is over.
Okay, I suppose that's a good way to think about it.
What is the second way that the parliamentary session can end, Grandpa Ebu?
The second way that the parliamentary session can end is by dissolution. Dissolution means that the Parliament is being ended for an election. When the session ends by dissolution, the Parliament itself ends and there is an election.
Okay, I understand. Dissolution is like ending the third period when the hockey game ends. Right, Grandpa Ebu.
Right, grandson.
Well, what did the Conservatives do that was so different, Grandpa Ebu?
What the Conservatives did was to use prorogation to end the session early, not because the MPs had finished their work, but for other reasons. The first time that the Conservatives prorogued Parliament in this way was on December 4, 2008. The first session of Parliament had only been sitting for 13 days when Prime Minister Stephen Harper decided to end the session.
Wow. That's like ending the first period in a hockey game after only 2 minutes. Why did they do that, Grandpa Ebu?
The Conservatives did that because the opposition parties were threatening to vote down the minority Conservative government and trigger another election, or form the government themselves in a coalition government.
So they ended the session so the opposition couldn't score any goals. What was the next prorogation event, Grandpa Ebu?
The second time was after the Christmas recess in 2009. Stephen Harper said that he prorogued Parliament so that the government could recalibrate its agenda. But most people thought that the Conservatives really wanted to avoid being asked embarrassing questions about Afghan citizens detained in Afghanistan with the help or knowledge of Canadians in Afghanistan.
So once again it was like ending a hockey period when they were losing, not because the period was over, right, Grandpa Ebu?
Yes, you could put it that way, Nibu.
So all of those protests against prorogation that took place in 2010 should have been called something else. They should have been called protests against premature prorogation. Right, Grandpa Ebu?
Right, Nibu. Premature prorogation would have been a better term. Unfortunately, the Conservatives have shown a disturbing tendency to be premature prorogators, and they must be stopped.